So we are going to take a step back from quadrant and switch gears a little bit to give you a little break. So today we are going to move on to EQ6, which is how do I understand and use the concepts of dilation, center of dilation, and scale factor. So the first thing you need to do is glue the word wall words on page 51. You already have these on that big long word wall list. I did not want to make you rewrite them, but you are responsible for knowing them, and they will be discussed throughout this EQ. So you just need to go ahead and glue this page on page 51. On page 52, you will glue this handout. So we are going to fill this in first and then glue it down. So the first kind of dilation that we are going to talk about are dilations about the origin. The origin is the point 0, 0, which is the center of a grid, a set of X and Y axes. So what a dilation does is a dilation is going to make an image larger or smaller. So filling in these lines here, dilations makes an image larger or smaller. How do you decide before you actually graph it? Well, they're going to give you a scale factor, and the scale factor is going to be given sometimes by the letter K, as you see here. So if the number they give you for scale factor is greater than 1, that means that there is going to be an enlargement, which means your shape is going to get bigger. If your scale factor is between 0 and 1, which means it's a fraction or a decimal, you might want to write that down. If it's a fraction or a decimal, that means that it is going to be a reduction in size, which means it is going to be a shrink. So one more time, recapping that. If your scale factor is bigger than 1, it's going to be an enlargement, so your figure is going to get bigger. If your scale factor is a fraction or a decimal, which means it's between 0 and 1, it is going to be a reduction. What you need to know about dilations is that no matter what happens to the figure, the angle measures remain the same. So although the shape might get bigger or smaller, the size of the angles is not going to get bigger or smaller. If an angle is 40 degrees in your original shape, whatever you do to it, that angle is still going to stay 40 degrees. The measure of the angles do not change. Distance of the sides is not the same. What happens is that the side lengths are now proportional. And proportion is a word wall word on page 51, which means an equality between two ratios. So that means your side lengths are going to change by the same amount. So make sure you have all of those spaces filled in with all of those same words that I have used.